Alexis. Our whole life together played out in my mind. And I wanted to hold on to hope that we could find that happiness together again. Alexis, I'm alive because of you. You understand that? You are my heartbeat, my breath. Alexis, you're my life.
Oh, there you are. I see you. I see you.
I do not understand. How can Tom Baker be dead?
I don't know. You tell me.
Do not say another word.
Pops. Oh, I'm glad to see you, but how come you're here?
Well,
I called him. After Dante took you from the hospital, I called and told him what was happening.
and I came a-running.
You did that for me?
Of course. Wasn't gonna let the police railroad you.
Well, you can tell the acting district attorney that even though we don't have any witnesses for the Tom Baker murder, we have been able to obtain several statements that could be quite helpful. Of course, I will keep you posted. And I want that murder weapon analyzed ASAP. No, I've got Detective Falconeri interviewing Franco, so you have him call me immediately if anything significant develops. That's right. Otherwise, I want to see him first thing in the morning. Thank you. Andre.
Hello, stranger.
Thank you for spending Christmas with us.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me. You know, it was nice to have somewhere to go.
I'll give you a ride home.
Oh, no, you really don't have to do that, Michael.
It's Christmas Eve and the buses are barely running.
That's right. You're not going to stand out in the cold and the snow for an hour waiting for a bus.
Yeah, consider this my Christmas present to you.
Okay, you win.
Okay. Oh, here. There you go.
Good night, Mom. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas, baby. Drive safe, and I will see you tomorrow.
Merry Christmas, Dad.
Merry Christmas, son.
Bye.
Is it just me, or you cleared this place up pretty quick?
Maybe a little.
Yeah, what for?
I wanted to be alone with you.
He's not under arrest.
Well, I would like to keep it that way.
I just want to ask him some questions about Tom Baker.
What you want to do is implicate him in the Tom Baker murder.
Only if you did it.
Well, he didn't do it, did you, son?
No.
See? Good enough for me.
All right. Scott, you as a former DA should grasp the concept of interviewing a person of interest. Your son,
My client.
your son-client, had a very public altercation with the deceased.
The client is not interested in talking to the police about someone who, according to public record, was a pervert, a deviant, a sex offender, and wasn't really worth the time of day.
That may all be true, but I still have to investigate the guy's death. Now, we have many eyewitness accounts at the hospital of Franco attacking Baker on the night of December 1st.
Well, there's also a lot of people lining up to punch that guy in the nose, so you should be giving my son,
Client.
my client, a ticker tape parade.
I'd be happy to answer all of your questions.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would. Look, you want to ask me about the altercation that I had with Tom in the hospital? I got nothing to hide. Heck, I'll give you a statement right now.
I was there too. If you have questions for me, I'll be happy to answer them.
Oh, I don't know why I bother you. If you're going to interview these two, I am going to be in the room.
Awesome. It's a party. Let's go.
I can't even tell you how long I've been hoping, praying for something like that to happen.
I didn't mean it.
Oh, yes, you did. Well, I know at least part of you did mean it.
Wait, could you tell me which part that was so I could have it removed?
As much as I wanted that to happen, I didn't exactly want it to happen like that.
What?
Not just because, you know, you're drunk.
Franco, let's start with you. We have a positive ID, a homicide victim named Thomas Baker. He was identified by a GH staff member who witnessed an altercation between you and Mr. Baker in the hospital on the night of December 1st. Do you recall that incident?
Sure, that happened.
Do you recall that you threatened his life during that incident?
No, he doesn't have to answer that.
It's okay. I mean, everyone was there, everyone saw, everyone heard. Yeah, I threatened him. Elizabeth saw that happen, so did Dr. Father Monroe.
Do you recall what you said?
Not specifically, but I threatened the guy's life, so it was probably something along the lines of, you stay the hell away from Elizabeth or I will kill you.
Did Baker make contact with you after his release?
Yes, he did.
Did he threaten you?
Not in any way the police would take seriously.
So it was implied.
Absolutely.
Why was he at the hospital that day?
He had a construction job.
Yeah, he claimed he didn't know he had the job until an hour before he got there. He claimed that he never had any intention of ever going near Elizabeth again. Would you buy that?
What do you think his motives were for being in the hospital?
My client is not Kreskin, the mind reader.
I'm not asking him to read minds, Scott. We're not in court. I just want him to speculate a little bit.
No, I'll speculate. I don't know what Tom Baker was thinking, but I think I know what he might have been thinking. I think he wanted to be at the hospital because he wanted to go near Elizabeth, because he wanted to hurt her again. But he wanted to do it in a way that was completely legitimate so that there were no complaints against him. It's classic, straightforward predator behavior.
And you weren't buying it?
No. So I blew it, and I grabbed the guy, and I threatened him, and I'm not sorry. I don't regret telling Tom Baker to stay away from Elizabeth. I need to point out, though, that threats are very different from actions.
That's true. But someone killed Tom Baker, and you made a declaration to do just that.
I don't know anything about Tom Baker's death other than what you just told me, okay? I had a fight with the guy weeks ago. It means nothing. I don't know why we're wasting our time
We're
talking
not wasting our time. You had a fight with the guy a month before he was found murdered. We're gathering information right now. Excuse me a second. I'm going to take this. I'll be right back.
How'd I do?
Well, in the legal trade, there's a Latin phrase that comes to mind. Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
Shut up, you dummy.
Doesn't sound like Latin to me.
Now, listen. You cannot speak to the police. It will be used against you. You need to zip it up when Dante comes back in here, okay? Now, I do appreciate, Elizabeth, that you got my son's back. You've always been a good girl.
Anytime.
Well, listen, I'm gonna go out, badger Dante, see if I can end this inquisition. I'll be back.
Hi.
That fight you had with Tom in the hospital, it may not mean anything in and of itself. But there's something you're not telling Dante. Something you started to tell me about the bad thing you did to Tom.
Thank you for taking me all the way home. You know, you didn't have to take me all the way to my door.
No, hey, I couldn't just drop you off in the curb on Christmas Eve, could I? That'd be very Scrooge-like.
Okay, well then at least let me offer you some holiday cheer. Do you want to come inside for a cup of tea or some hot cocoa before you go?
You read my mind. Thank you so much for eating those cookies at Eckert's.
Oh yeah, it was no trouble.
Oh, no trouble yet. Why don't you tell it to somebody you didn't have to wait in a 2-hour line on Christmas Eve?
How many times have you done it?
How many times? Maybe 5 or 6. You know, the first time Morgan and I went, we were still pretty young.
I thought that was really beautiful tonight, how your mom paid tribute to Morgan without making it all about how much you missed him.
Yeah, no, it was good for both my parents having us all there. Thank you for chipping in, by the way.
Well, thank you for including me. You know, I enjoyed every minute.
Started talking about the holiday and bringing family together and everything. It was you clouded over. You just seemed really sad.
I guess you caught me.
If you don't mind me asking, what's there to be so sad about on Christmas Eve?
Avery is fast asleep.
Oh, not checking out the window for Santa?
She's too young, baby. Next year.
Yeah. Oh, next year. Huh?
You want a drink?
No, no thanks. There's something we need to talk about, and we need to get it out in the open right now.
What is it?
I know you and Nell were lying to me tonight, and I know why.
From across the lawn at the celebration festivities. Now I'm here.
I see that. What festivities?
Kwanzaa, starting tonight and for the next week.
How was it? I mean, what was it like? I don't really know much about the holiday.
Oh, Kwanzaa was created in 1966 by African-American activist and educator Maulana Karenga. Comes from the Swahili phrase, Turunda de Kwanzaa, and I see your eyes glazing over. I nerded out on you, sorry.
No, you're fine. It's actually all very interesting stuff. I guess I was hoping to hear what it means to you.
Oh, well, I find the 7 core principles have actually... They've given me a lot of peace of mind, as well as a sense of pride. Would you like to know what the 7 core principles are?
Honestly, I like talking to you about pretty much anything. And since it's been more than a few days since we've even seen or spoken to each other...
Since Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Why don't we rectify that tonight, right now? Well, that is, if you have the time.
As a matter of fact, I do.
I am so sick of your pronouncements of what you believe my condition to be.
Well, come on, Alexis. You're drunk right now.
I've had a drink or two.
I have eyes. I can see how many trips back to the bar you've taken to top off that glass of yours.
You are on some very serious pain medication, so I'm not sure we can trust your perception.
My perception's just fine.
Then what are you talking about? What moment is it that you'd like to see recreated?
I love you. I do. But, I mean, you're drinking. It's constant, and it terrifies me. And until we get through this, I just feel like I need to tell you the truth for your sake.
Until we get through this?
Yes.
Very interesting. While I disagree with your assessment of my condition, I want to assure you that I did just hear you.
Okay, good.
And now I think you need to hear a certain truth from me.
Those gloves that you had Nell get for me, they weren't from you. You give jewelry. Hell, you give cars.
You want a car?
No, I don't want or expect anything. Those gloves were from Nell. She just pretended they were from you.
Yeah. Well, look, honestly, I didn't have a gift. And I thought that if I was going to give you something, you might throw it in my face, so...
Well, obviously,
Right.
Nell didn't realize that. So she pretended to give me a gift, and you covered it up because you didn't want to embarrass her.
Yeah, it was, I guess, something like that. If you don't like the gloves, I can go ahead and I can arrange to get you something that you're going to love.
I don't want anything. I'm happy just to be here with you.
You know, when your mom was talking about how important it was for her family to be together and how nice it was, all I could think about was my childhood. You know? I can even remember snippets from as far back as when I was Avery's age. And Christmas was hard.
Hard how?
Well, for starters, there weren't many presents. I mean, we weren't exactly breaking chairs to burn for heat, but my dad had a really hard time making ends meet. Not that that matters now, but
Hey, of course it does.
I wish for so many things as a kid. You know, not even just big things, but I never got the little ones either.
Sorry.
Don't be. You know, it's not your fault that you were born into a privileged, or shall I say, two privileged families. But when you grow up poor and you're suddenly surrounded by so much, I mean, I'm going to admit to you, Michael, I get really jealous sometimes.
What did you mean when you said you did something bad to Tom?
Okay, look, I really, really want to tell you everything eventually, just not here.
Sorry, this is going to take longer than expected.
Why don't we just come back tomorrow morning?
No, you know what? Sit tight. I'll be right back.
Scott, can you give us a few minutes?
Well, you called me. You wanted me to come down and help Franco get out of this mess. Yeah, I gotta make some calls.
Okay, maybe we should just get through this
Frank,
first.
you
and
need to tell me what's going on right now.
All right, okay, fine. Look, first of all, I would like to apologize to you because I promised you that I would stay away from Tom Baker, and I do believe that I meant it at the
So
time.
you didn't keep that promise, so get to the point. What did you do?
I did do something to Tom that, again, seemed like the right thing to do at the time because I wanted to protect you.
You're stalling.
Look, Elizabeth, fine. The thing is...
Don't ramble and don't speak in metaphors. Just tell me yes or no. Did you kill Tom Baker? I missed you too.
I even called you once to tell you that, but I didn't leave a message.
Yeah, I saw that. I had a missed call. Why didn't you leave a message?
Well, Anna dropped by to get my help on a case, and then when I didn't get you on the phone, I realized I wasn't quite ready to talk about everything that happened yet.
And now you are?
I am. Not saying you these past few weeks have given me time to think. And now running into you tonight, yes, I'm more than ready.
Okay. Go ahead.
This whole thing started because I answered your phone and didn't tell you that Curtis called.
Yeah.
At the risk of angering you all over again, it was never my intention to withhold information, nor invade your privacy for that matter. Your phone was there. I saw Curtis calling. I was tired of him. I answered, told him to back off, and hung up.
But you see why that might have been a problem for me, right? I mean, Curtis was calling me about a police matter, and then you didn't give me the message. And I know that you feel differently, but
No,
that's just...
you don't. No, you don't. I've had weeks to think about this, and you were right. I was feeling insecure about the history that you and Curtis share. But I'm better than that. I should never have answered your phone, nor told him to stay away from you. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry that it took me so long to figure that out.
Thank you.
The only good thing about not seeing you over the holidays is that it gave me a chance to realize just how much I miss you and how much I really want us to pick up our relationship where we left off.
Well, you know, we didn't really leave off in the best place.
Then let's pick up in an even better place, if you're willing.
Okay. First things first. I humbly and happily accept your apology.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry, too. And if we do pick things back up... Kill him, what did you do?
I needed to keep him away from you. I needed to stop him from bothering you, from hurting you. So I knew that if he missed his parole meeting, that would be a violation of his parole. They would revoke it, and they would send him back to prison.
So you made him miss his meeting somehow?
Yes, I don't know. More or less.
Just tell me what you did to make him miss his meeting.
I locked him in my studio, and then I drugged him, and then I put him in a metal dog crate.
What?
It's a big crate. It's like a Supermax big crate. And I mean, look, I had a job and a life that I had to maintain while I was holding Tom captive. I mean, I needed to do something to make sure that he didn't get
Are
away.
you listening to yourself?
Look, I wasn't going to keep him in the crate forever. It was just long enough for him to miss the parole hearing, and then I was going to let him go.
Tom never made it to that meeting.
Okay, fine. That's on him. I let him go with plenty of time to spare. In fact, when he got out, he turned the tables on me. He put me inside the dog crate.
Well, you deserve it.
I do. I came to the same conclusion. But Elizabeth, by the time I managed to get out of the cage, Tom was gone. I never saw him again. I swear to you.
So is that supposed to make all of this okay? I'm supposed to just accept that and forget everything else? You locked a man in a dog cage.
It sounds really bad when you say
It's wrong. It's wrong on so many levels. It's wrong because you can't just break the law whenever you feel like it, or because the law doesn't do what you want it to do. It's wrong because it's not protecting me to go out and hurt another man in my name.
Hey, I was terrified that he was going to come after you. There is no way in hell I was going to let that son of a bitch go anywhere near the woman that I love.
Is that true? You really happy being here?
I am. Which, wow, surprises me. You know, I didn't think I'd ever feel happiness again. I mean, my heart still aches, and I miss Morgan, and I don't think I'm ever going to stop breathing. I know the anger wasn't helping, you know. It just kept me trapped in a place where I was alone, and pain was all that I could feel. But, you know, Morgan deserves better than that. He deserves to be remembered with love and joy. And I think we were able to do that tonight. I think we were able to remember Morgan and smile and... Well, that was my Christmas present.
Me too.
Look, everybody gets jealous sometimes, right? But it's important not to get stuck there.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure I know what you mean.
You spend so much time wanting what someone else has. You build it up in your mind, thinking it's so much better that you miss out on what's yours. Well, I know, yeah, I'm one to talk. You know, I never had to worry about money. I grew up with people who loved me. But look, I didn't always get what I wanted. You know, if things were taken away from me, I felt very unfairly.
So what did you do?
Well, I got pissed. I got pissed. I felt sorry for myself, but it didn't get me anywhere. So I came up with this little trick. I found 3 things every single day that I'm grateful for. Now, they can be big, they can be small, it can be something simple as having a cup of coffee in the morning, or seeing Jocelyn smile, even though there's nothing simple about that. I mean, it's huge and profound that she's still alive and well and growing up so beautifully. I'm very, very grateful for that. And I'm grateful to you.
Thank you, Michael. You always know what to say and how to make me feel better. Oh, that was graceful.
No harm done. Here, let me help you out.
No, don't.
My defenses cloud my judgment and make me all nostalgic. And then you started to reminisce, thinking that the alcohol would make me abandon my anger and resentment, and I would just lose all control of myself, and I would just kiss you impulsively. Yeah, that's not what happened.
It isn't.
That kiss was very much like the murder of Duke Lavery and Carlos Rivera. It was premeditated. Why would I kiss you like that when I hate you so much?
Well, I think we both know the answer to that.
Yeah, no, we don't. Because of your vanity and your raging narcissism, you think that I still have feelings for you. And you're wrong.
Okay, then, so why the kiss?
I kissed you because I wanted you to remember everything that we had so that I could assure you without a shadow of a doubt that that will never, ever happen again.
I know that you want me to regret what I did to Tom. And it was a little twisted. But I don't regret the impulses behind it. I will never regret wanting to keep you safe.
Sorry, we're gonna have to continue this another time.
Okay, so this time we can go, right?
This time you can go. Elizabeth, I might need to talk to you at some point, but yeah, you are free to go.
So what was the delay?
Just reasons. Don't leave town.
So what happened out there?
Well, Dante made a point of keeping me away from hearing or seeing anything, but I did hear the name Tom Baker. So I think that has something to do with this case.
Well, it couldn't have been too incriminating, or they wouldn't be letting me go.
Well, I think they realized that this little Q&A wasn't going anywhere as long as I was here.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was.
But once again, I want to reiterate to you two, do not say anything to the police unless I am present.
That's it.
That's it.
Nothing else you want to say to me?
No, why?
You once told me that a really good lawyer doesn't ask a client a question if he doesn't want to know the answer. You have not asked me if I have anything to do with Tom Baker's death.
This is not the time to ask.
Don't you want to ask me if I did?
Well, of course I do. Of course I want to hear your side of the story, but right now I need to know what the police have got before I hear the details here. Okay?
Yeah, okay, fine. You know what? Whatever.
Don't get snippy here. I'll drive you home, okay? We'll talk about it then.
That's all right. I'll take her.
Michael, could you please go get the kettle off the stove? I can take care of this.
Yeah, sure. No problem. Is everything okay? I think nothing's broken, right?
Yeah, no. Everything's fine. I'm so sorry that I overreacted.
Don't worry, I'm done. I was gonna make some tea, but I felt kind of bad, like rummaging through your cupboard, so I.
Oh, well, do you want some hot cocoa instead then? I mean, it's the powdered kind. It's not fancy or anything.
You know what? Powdered cocoa sounds great.
All right. I'll be right back.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Michael's gonna have breakfast at the Quartermains, and he's coming to the house so we can Skype Jocelyn.
You can do that here.
I could.
I mean, you can come here early before Avery wakes up, and you can watch her open her Christmas presents. I don't know. Maybe.
Consider that invitation accepted. Can't think of anything that I'd rather do than watch that little girl open her presents.
Even great for her, over the holidays.
You could have done it without me.
Yeah, but I didn't have to. I mean, I like to think that the tree coming over here tomorrow, I like to think that maybe, I know that was done for the, family, but maybe you might have done it for me a little bit.
But I didn't know how to bring it up because I didn't want you to feel bad about not getting me something because it doesn't matter. And
No,
yes, I did.
no. I mean, I don't want to disappoint you, but I will, because I did buy you a gift.
Really?
And, I did plan on spending the holidays with you. I just figured that we would figure out a way to work things out. I didn't think it would take this long, but...
On the bright side, there's still enough left of the holiday season for us to share.
I think you're lying to yourself because we both know why you kissed me, okay? I mean, and as much as I wish it was out of love, it was just really, poor decision. Made under the influence because, as I said, you're drunk.
It's late. They're your pain meds. Sleep well and secure in the knowledge that I will make an excellent nurse, because the sooner I get you up and about, the sooner I kick you out of my house and out of my life.
Got the weapon that was used to kill Tom Baker. Sending it down to be dusted for prints. That's a folding knife of some sort. I can't make out the make and model, but take a look at it. Let me know what you think. All right.
And you know what? I truly am a pathetic host. I don't even have a whiskey bottle to spike this with.
Oh, well, you know what? I like my cocoa straight, ma'am.
Are you gonna ask what's in the jewelry box?
Well, I figured you'd tell me if you want to. If you don't want to, that's totally fine.
It's from my childhood. It's a Christmas present, actually. I wished and wished for it, and astonishingly, I got it.
So it's valuable.
To me, yeah. I mean, not in the material sense, but
No, I get it. It's kind of like Morgan's penguin keychain. It's the value isn't what it represents. The emotions attached.
I think that's why it means so much to me. I only have a few things from my childhood, and they are all in that box.
I see.
You know, what's funny is that a lot of them aren't happy memories. But I keep them, you know? To get rid of them would be...
Disrespectful.
You know, I never thought about it like that. Yeah. It would be disrespectful to ignore where I came from.
I told you that I wanted us to be honest with each other. So, yes, some of tonight was about you and us. I should go.
Carly, what can you... I don't want to pressure you. I don't want to make you do anything that you're not ready for. I just need to know if there's a chance that we can find our way back to each other.
Just that this turned out to be a pretty wonderful Kwanzaa.
We're done here. I'll see you in the morning.
Okay. Whoa. You okay?
Your help is neither welcome nor wanted. I'm fine on my own.
Sonny, I don't know how I'm going to feel about all this tomorrow.
Okay.
But I know tonight I was exactly where I wanted to be.
I think I underestimated how exhausted I was.
Yeah, well, I gotta get up early anyway. I have a breakfast at the Quartermains, and then I have a Skype with Jocelyn. Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for the hot cocoa.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for hanging out with me.
Yeah, of course.
And, Merry Christmas, Michael.
Merry Christmas.
Bye. Good night.
Listen, I'm gonna hang around and try and get some intel out of Dante.
That would be great. And listen, about my little snip before, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm really glad you're here. Thank you.
Hey, Elizabeth? Hold on, Elizabeth. Hold on a second. Hold on.
One, please. Let's just talk about this knife.
The knife? The one used to kill Tom Baker? You know Isabel Zaidu is called an Opinel, the kind of knife an artist uses. I just like you.
On the next General Hospital.
I have to get her away from Valentine.
Much better than a hangover, right?
Judah needs to be reminded there are consequences.
We're no longer convinced that Joanne was behind the bombing.
If they rule against her, I'll kill him myself. What's going on?
I lost something.
Oi, minhas princesas! Hoje é véspera de Natal e eu vou me arrumar com vocês em tempo real. Eu e a Blush adoramos essa época do ano, então a gente acorda cedo, já começa a se arrumar. É muito gostoso essa época do ano, eu sou apaixonada mesmo. E hoje eu vou mostrar o look, maquiagem, cabelo, tudo, então vamos lá pra conferir esse passo a passo. E é claro, hoje é dia de tomar banho e hoje eu vou pegar esse shampoo aqui que eu tô testando e vou lavar meu cabelo com ele mesmo. Eu tô usando ele já tem uma semana, estou gostando bastante, ele tá deixando o cabelo bem levinho. Em seguida, vou pegar essa hidratação rápida, né? Porque a gente precisa de coisas rápidas nesse dia. Porque apesar de a gente ter tempo, a gente não tem muito tempo. Então eu aplico no meu cabelo e deixo mais ou menos uns 2 minutos, 1 minuto. E eu vou aplicando, vou separando em mechinhas pra ficar tudo certinho, ficar bem hidratadinho. Eu adoro quando o cabelo fica, tipo, sabe, bem macio. E eu gosto dessas hidratações porque deixa sempre assim. Então eu deixo uns minutinhos ali e tá ótimo. Depois eu lavo o cabelo, enxago bem o cabelo e já venho com o condicionador. E o condicionador é o mesmo do shampoo e eu aplico no meu cabelo, deixo mais um pouquinho também. Aí a gente enxaga o cabelo, sai do banho, vou pro quarto, né? Me enxugo, é claro. E eu vou pegar esse hidratante pra passar do corpo, porque, né, eu não sou muito de passar hidratante, mas de vez em quando é bom. E eu vou aplicando assim, a blush fica do meu lado, gente, é a maior fofura do mundo. Dá vontade de esmagar ela, muito. E depois que eu passo hidratante do corpo, eu ainda fico vendo um pouquinho de televisão e depois eu vou secar meu cabelo. Vou começar a secar o cabelo, então eu aplico o protetor térmico. E hoje eu vou usar meu cabelo assim, um liso bem natural, sabe? Então eu só vou secar o cabelo mesmo. Que a pessoa, você sabe, né? Eu faço um monte de gambiarra pro cabelo ficar liso. Então eu faço muita coisa pro meu cabelo ficar liso. Então tá tranquilo, tá hidratado. Porque eu já fiz um monte de coisa no ano inteiro. E agora é só secar. Eu seco bem assim, tipo de qualquer jeito, sabe? Pessoa seca pra lá, pra cá. E depois que eu seco meu cabelo todo, eu ainda dou uma modeladazinha. E depois que eu seco ele todinho, eu dou uma prendida nele. E vamos embora fazer a maquiagem. E eu vou pegar o Farsali e vou aplicar nos beijos, né? Porque a pessoa tá com o beijo todo lixado. E aí eu vou pegando e vou aplicando assim em toda a minha boca. E depois aplico um pouquinho também de colírio, porque o meu olho vai ficando irritado conforme o dia vai passando, vai ficando vermelho. Então eu aplico um pouquinho de colírio. E venho também com primer. Eu tô usando esse primer, gente, tô testando vários primers, então direto tô mudando. Não fica achando que eu tô com muito primer não, é porque eu tô testando mesmo. E esse daqui eu tô gostando agora, tô usando ele. E em seguida já começo a preencher a sobrancelha, né? A sobrancelha é aquele jeito. Tem que ter paciência, porque a pessoa que tem que fazer um fio, eu tenho que fazer um milagrezinho, então eu tenho bastante paciência na sobrancelha. E eu vou fazendo aquele esqueminha, vou preenchendo, deixando mais natural e depois vou delimitando a sobrancelha e tá ótimo, né? A pessoa já fez a sobrancelha, já deu um tapa na cara. É muito bom fazer a sobrancelha porque a sobrancelha faz milagre. E agora eu vou aplicar a base, né? Peguei o menor pincelzinho que eu tinha, gente, isso é uma ideia de jirico. Vou ficar 200 anos aqui aplicando base, vai tá tudo certo. Depois eu dou uma esfumadinha. E essa base é da L'Oreal, eu tô achando ela um pouquinho acinzentada pra minha pele, mas tá bem, tá tudo certo. Ela é ótima porque ela deixa um acabamento bem sequinho, então eu adoro ela, mas eu tô achando que a cor tá um pouquinho assim, mas vamos lá. E agora eu vou vir com bronzer e vou pegar um pincelzinho bem fofinho e vou começar a fazer um esfumadinho no meu olho. Eu vou fazendo bem esfumado, assim, uma coisa bem suave mesmo, só pra dar um ar de saúde na pálpebra. E depois eu vou fazer o delineado, e como eu quero um delineado assim bem marcado, eu acho que fica lindo, eu não sei porquê, eu amo delineado pro Natal. E eu vou fazer um delineado com bastante paciência, porque eu tô levando 10 a 0 delineado ultimamente, então eu tenho que ter muito paciência. E depois eu venho e começo a aplicar máscara de cílios e cílios postiços. Esses cílios ficou tão lindo, gente, eu fiquei apaixonada com ele. Depois eu volto com o bronzer que eu apliquei no olho e aplico rente à raiz nos cílios de baixo, esfumando bastante pra dar um acabamento mais bonito pra maquiagem. E agora eu vou vir com essa base da Make Up Forever e vou fazer uns pontos de luz no meu rosto pra dar tipo um acabamento de corretivo, porque eu gosto muito dessa base e eu acho que ela dá um acabamento lindo. E depois eu venho, faço o contorno, meiozinho da bochecha, o nariz, a testa. Eu vou fazer o contorno do rosto, que é muito importante. E depois já começo a delinear a boca e aplico o batom. E o batom que eu escolhi foi esse, que eu achei bara. E o iluminador, é claro, é esse que eu estou gostando muito, que é um dos favoritos meu desse esse ano. E o resultado final da maquiagem foi esse. Eu espero muito que vocês tenham gostado. Eu achei que ficou bonito, ficou leve. E o look eu escolhi verde esse ano. Eu queria uma coisa assim mais suave, sabe? E eu gostei muito desse vestido. E é isso, gente. Eu espero muito que vocês tenham gostado desse vídeo. Se vocês gostaram desse vídeo, não deixe de avaliar pra mim, que eu vou ficar muito feliz. E um Feliz Natal, gente. Eu amo muito vocês. Muito obrigada por tudo, por todo o carinho. Vocês sabem que eu sou apaixonada mesmo, de coração, por vocês. E é isso. Um beijo e até a próxima.
Letting go, Alexis. Our whole life together played out in my mind. And I wanted to hold on to hope that we could find that happiness together again. Alexis, I'm alive because of you. You understand that? You are my heartbeat, my breath. Alexis, you're my life.
There you are. I see you. I see you.
I do not understand. How can Tom Baker be dead?
I don't know, you tell me.
Do not say another word.
Pops. Oh, I'm glad to see you, but how come you're here?
Well,
I called him. After Dante took you from the hospital, I called and told him what was happening.
and I came a-running.
You did that for me?
Of course. Wasn't gonna let the police railroad you. Well, you can tell the acting district attorney that even though we don't have any witnesses for the Tom Baker murder, we have been able to obtain several statements that could be quite helpful. Of course, I will keep you posted. And I want that murder weapon analyzed ASAP. No, I've got Detective Falconeri interviewing Franco, so you have him call me immediately if anything significant develops. That's right. Otherwise, I want to see him first thing in the morning. Thank you. Andre.
Hello, stranger.
Thank you for spending Christmas with us.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me. You know, it was nice to have somewhere to go.
I'll give you a ride home.
Oh, no, you really don't have to do that, Michael.
It's Christmas Eve and the buses are barely running. It's
That's
fine.
right. You're not going to stand out in the cold.